Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. This time, we're looking at some seriously cool tech.
Oh, yeah.
A partnership, actually, that's going to shake up the world of unmanned vehicles.
Huh.
Get this, airships, A&D drones, all in one place.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty weird. We're talking about Skyborne Technology, the company known for those massive, almost sci-fi looking airships.
Yeah, those things are huge.
They are, and they're partnering with Atlantic Industrial Group, AIG.
Oh, I know them. They specialize in drones, right?
Yeah, drones and all kinds of advanced systems like energy generation and propulsion system.
So we've got like the giants of the sky with the airships.
Right.
And then the drones are kind of more like the nimble, compact.
VTOL guys, yeah.
Yeah, what's the thinking there? What's the big idea bringing those two together?
Well, you know how airships can stay up there forever?
Yeah, cover crazy distances.
They're not exactly known for agility.
Nope, not at all.
Drones can zip around, get into tight spaces, but their range and flight time are limited. So I think they're trying to bridge that gap.
Oh, okay. So it's like a dream team of unmanned vehicles.
Yeah, kind of. And they're setting up shop in Wewahitchka, Florida.
Florida.
Yep, a brand new manufacturing facility.
Wow.
And get this, they're going all in on 3D printing.
Really? Like for the whole aircraft?
Well, a lot of the components, at least.
Yeah.
Large-scale 3D printing.
Interesting.
Airframes, wing structures, even cockpits. This isn't just some trendy thing. It's a total game changer for how these vehicles are designed and built.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So we've got the location, the cutting-edge manufacturing process. Tell me about the drones and airships themselves. What makes them so special?
Well, AIG is focusing on what they call SVTOLs, which are
Okay.
vertical takeoff and landing vehicles.
Oh, right. So they can take off and land like helicopters.
Exactly. No runway needed.
No more annoying drone buzzing while it circles to land.
Exactly.
I like it. But really, why is that such a big deal?
Well, think about it. You can deploy these drones from anywhere. Like, picture urban deliveries, inspections in really tight spaces, you name it.
Wow, that flexibility is huge.
It is. Really opens up a world of possibilities.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So we've got these super adaptable drones. What about Skyborne's airships? What are they bringing to the table?
Well, they're sticking with what they know best, which is low-altitude, semi-rigid spherical airships.
Right. I've seen pictures. Pretty cool looking.
Yeah, they're designed to operate closer to the ground, so they're ideal for things like surveillance, monitoring,
Right.
even cargo transport.
So we've got the airships cruising along. We've got these nimble drones. Are they going to actually use them together?
That's the really interesting part.
Yeah.
AIG is going to integrate their drones right into Skyborne's airship platforms.
Wait, so they'll be launching drones from the airships?
Yeah.
That's straight out of a spy movie.
I know, right? But the implications are huge. Imagine extending the reach of the drones, using the airship as a mobile base.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Longer flight times, broader coverage, the ability to get to locations that a drone just couldn't reach on its own.
My mind is officially blown. But let's back up for a sec. Where will they be, taking off and landing all these things?
Well, they'll be operating out of Skyborne's own Costin Airport.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, and it's just gotten a bunch of upgrades thanks to grants from both federal and state agencies.
Wow.
They're even building a new hangar just for the drones and airships.
Sounds like they're going all in.
They really are.
Hmm.
And they're not just thinking about the tech, they're also focused on how it'll affect the local community.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's going to create a bunch of high-skill, high-paying jobs.
What kind of jobs are we talking?
Oh, things like drone fabrication, digital design, business development, all sorts of things.
That's great. It's always awesome to see cutting-edge tech and economic growth going hand in hand.
Yeah.
So we know they're building all this cool stuff. Who are they building it for? Who are their customers?
AIG has been pretty clear that they're mainly focused on government contracts and private security.
Oh, okay. So we're talking serious players in the security and defense world.
Yeah, makes sense when you consider what these technologies can do. Surveillance, reconnaissance, all kinds of sensitive operations.
Right.
And they're not just building the vehicles, they're bringing their expertise in energy and propulsion to the table, too.
Oh, that's important.
It is. It'll be crucial for powering these things and making sure they run efficiently.
So we've got this incredible partnership, cutting-edge technology. They're focused on some key industries, and they're committed to the local economy.
Yeah, it sounds like a win-win.
It does. What are the people behind this? What are they saying about this whole thing?
Well, you've got Macio Remy, AIG's Chief Revenue Officer. He's obviously excited about the potential for job creation and meeting the demand for their tech, which is growing like crazy.
Right, right.
And locally, Jim McKnight, the Gulf County Economic Development Director, he's super excited about diversifying the local economy and bringing those high-paying jobs to the region.
That's great. It's a big deal for that area.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But it's Michael Lawson, Skyborne CEO, who really nails it.
Oh, what does he say?
He believes this partnership will revolutionize the entire UAV industry.
Wow.
Yeah, he thinks that combining their expertise in lighter-than-air vehicles with efficient drone manufacturing will change everything.
It's like taking two different worlds and smashing them together to make something totally new.
Exactly. And that brings up an important question. What does this fusion of tech actually mean for unmanned vehicles? What kind of impact are we going to see?
That's what I want to know. I mean, we've talked about the tech, the location, the companies.
Yeah.
What does it all add up to?
Well, that's a big question, and we need to, really unpack it
Okay.
because the implications are huge and they're far-reaching.
Okay.
But before we get into all that, let's take a minute to let all this sink in.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground already.
We have.
And I think it's important to make sure we're all on the same page before we jump into the potential impact of all of this.
I agree.
So.
Yeah. All right, so ready to dig into what this partnership could really mean for unmanned vehicles?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready. We talked about the tech, the players, the whole shebang. But what's it all mean? What kind of impact can we expect?
Well, think about package delivery. I mean, that's the obvious one.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Airships as like floating warehouses, sending out swarms of drones,
Wow.
delivering stuff right to people's doorsteps, even in remote areas, or like crazy busy city centers.
So we're talking faster deliveries, more efficient, even to places that are hard to reach.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it's not just deliveries, right?
Yeah. What else? What other industries could this impact?
Well, infrastructure inspection. For one, imagine an airship just hovering over a pipeline, a bridge, whatever,
Wow.
sending drones down to get a close-up look at everything. No more sending people out to, like, rappel down cliffs or deal with dangerous stuff.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's a huge improvement for safety.
And efficiency, too.
Mm.
It's like giving inspectors a bird's-eye view, literally.
Okay. That's pretty cool. What else?
Environmental monitoring is another big one. So picture an airship loaded up with all kinds of sensors.
Right.
It sends out drones to collect air samples, monitor wildlife, even track wildfires.
So we're talking like a game changer for conservation and disaster response.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just scratching the surface.
Wow, the possibilities are pretty much endless.
They are, but, it can't all be good, right?
Yeah, what about the downsides? There's got to be some challenges.
Oh, for sure. One of the biggest is regulations.
Yeah, that makes sense. All those vehicles in the air, got to keep things organized.
Exactly. And it's not just getting the initial approvals. They got to stay on top of things as the rules change, especially since they're focusing on government and security stuff.
Right. Got to stay agile.
Big time. And then there's the technical stuff, like actually integrating the drones and the airships is no easy feat.
Yeah, you can't just like duct tape them together.
Nope. There's a lot of complicated communication systems, control mechanisms, safety protocols. Got to make sure everything works perfectly.
Yeah, some serious engineering going on.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then there's the question of scaling up. Right now, it's just a start.
Right.
To really meet the demand, they'll need tons of investment and planning.
So it's not just about building a cool prototype.
Nope. It's about building a sustainable business.
Right. But even with all those challenges, the potential is huge.
It is. This partnership could totally disrupt multiple industries. Logistics, transportation, surveillance, environmental monitoring, the whole thing.
Wow, we're talking fundamental change.
Yeah. And that makes me wonder, how could this impact our daily lives? What could the future look like?
Yeah, let's play that out. What if this tech really takes off?
Okay, well, for starters, imagine drone deliveries being like normal. You order something and boom, a drone brings it right to you. No waiting for days.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, especially for people in rural areas or those who can't get around easily.
Right.
And then think about emergency response.
Okay.
An airship shows up to a disaster, sends out drones to assess the situation, find survivors, even deliver supplies.
Wow. That's, yeah, that could save so many lives.
It could. We're talking about a future where tech makes our lives safer, more efficient, more connected.
That's pretty amazing. But, got to be realistic, right?
Of course.
There are downsides, like with anything.
Definitely. Privacy is a big one. Job displacement as things become more automated.
Yeah.
And then there's the potential for misuse.
Right. We need to be careful.
Yeah, we got to have those tough conversations about the ethics of it all.
For sure. Make sure it's being used for good.
Absolutely. It's about progress but also about protection.
Finding that balance.
Exactly. So as we watch this tech develop, what should we be looking for?
Yeah, what are the signs that this is really changing things?
Well, keep an eye on regulatory stuff. Are they getting the approvals they need to operate?
Okay, so regulatory hurdles, that's the first one.
Yeah. Then, look for successful integration and testing. Can they prove that those drones can launch from and return to the airships safely?
Right, proof that it actually works.
Exactly. And finally, watch for partnerships. Are they bringing in other companies and organizations to expand what this tech can do?
So it's about building an ecosystem.
Yeah, a network of innovators working together.
Right. If we see those things happening, then it's a pretty good sign that this partnership is the real deal.
I think so.
Yeah.
We might really be seeing a transformation in the whole unmanned vehicle industry.
This has been so insightful. I'm really starting to understand what this all means.
Good.
But let's bring it back to the listener for a second.
Okay.
Why should they care about all of this?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
We got to connect these advancements to their everyday lives. Why should they be excited about drones and airships teaming up? What's in it for them? Okay, so what's in it for the average person? I mean, how could this tech actually affect their lives?
Well, imagine, like, ditching your car for your commute.
Okay.
You just hop into an air taxi and it takes you right to work.
An air taxi?
Yeah.
Like, seriously?
I know it sounds crazy, but the tech is getting there.
Wow.
We could see cities with, like, whole air lanes just for these
No
things.
more traffic jams.
Exactly. No more road rage either.
I'd love that. But it's got to be more than just convenience, right?
Oh, definitely. Think about, like, disaster relief.
Uh-huh.
An airship gets to a disaster zone,
Yeah.
sends drones out to deliver supplies, find people, all that.
Right. That could be life-saving.
It could. And environmental monitoring, too.
Oh, right. We talked about that.
Yeah, they could monitor pollution, track animal migrations. So much potential.
It's like those drones can do so much more with the airship as a base.
Exactly. Longer range, more time in the air. It's a game changer.
And what about research?
Huge potential there, too.
Yeah.
Exploring remote areas, studying wildlife, collecting climate data, all kinds of stuff.
It's like opening up a whole new world.
It is. And we can't forget about the economic side of things.
Right. The jobs.
Yeah, new industries popping up, more jobs, economic growth. It'll have a ripple effect.
So we're not just talking about cool gadgets here.
Nope.
This tech could actually make a real difference.
I think so. But we got to remember, we're all part of this.
Right.
We need to be having those conversations about the ethics, the risks,
Make sure it's being used responsibly.
Exactly. Technology is powerful,
Mhm.
but we need to guide it, shape it.
Make sure it reflects our values.
I like that. So as we wrap up, want to leave you with something to think about.
Okay, hit me.
We've seen how amazing it can be to combine drones and airships, right?
Yeah.
But what other surprising tech combos could lead to big breakthroughs?
That's a good question.
What seemingly unrelated technologies could we bring together to create something totally new?
Wow. Yeah. That's something to think about.
It is. It's about thinking differently, challenging the status quo.
And being creative.
Yeah. So, to everyone listening, what unexpected pairings can you come up with?
What incredible innovations are just waiting to be discovered.
The possibilities are endless, really. It's up to us to push the boundaries and shape the future of tech.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the world of drones and airships.
It's been a good one.
It has. I'm feeling pretty inspired. What about you?
Definitely. It's an exciting time to be alive, seeing all this new tech emerging.
It is. So, to everyone listening, stay curious, stay engaged, and keep exploring the world of technology.
And you keep diving deep.
We'll see you next time.